And welcome, everyone, to a special report for the gory days, past, present, future of horror. I'm Chris Seaver, and I'm joined with some very special, moist, and sensual individuals. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Moist.
Moist man.
My name is... I'm Steel Man.
Steel man.
My life is based on true events. No, my name is Sean King.
That's right. And
Bobby Heckman, come on. You know me.
well, these
Do I
guys
really
don't.
need to introduce They don't?
Well, I'm sure they've heard us talk about Mr. Bobby.
I am mentioned in just about every episode of the Gory Days, Gourmet Scum, and a crap from the 80s.
Yeah, I guess so.
You throw Bobby in there.
They're spiritually dedicated to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Each episode.
Okay, so this is a special report. We are here on this beautiful set that we have constructed just for this episode. But
These are plums.
yeah,
See-through plums on the wall.
I mean, he is a jack of all trades.
We built it
Yeah.
in 2 hours.
2 hours. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
So anyway, what we're doing for the Gory Days, the special report, folks, is we are in. Where are we, guys? We are in Monroeville, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
for a very special event.
Who doesn't know what Monroeville is famous for? Come on.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone? Anyone? Do any of you horror hounds recognize this at
They
all?
can't see that.
It's just too far away.
We'll have to do it again.
The mall? The Monroeville Mall? Maybe? Somebody?
Monroeville?
Bueller?
Anyone?
Okay, so we are here for the 40th anniversary of George Romero's Dawn of the Dead for the Living Dead Weekend,
Living Dead Weekend.
which took place at the Monroeville Mall, which is the location of Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn
It is the Dawn of the Dead Mall.
of the
This
Dead.
might be like one of the only conventions or tributes that actually takes place at the real location
Yes.
of where the
For the majority of the movie.
That's
Right.
right. That's
Which
right.
is crazy.
1978, folks. This was a magical film. You horror fans, I mean, some people consider it the greatest horror film of all time. And we'll talk about that. I don't.
My top.
But I do love the film.
That's the topic today.
Yeah. You know,
Why not?
and what you guys, why did this bring you to this? Why, what was it about this film where you were like, you know what? Let's go to this 40th anniversary thing for Dawn of the Dead. Let's pay tribute
Yes.
to the master,
George Romero.
the man who jump started the zombie genre. Really,
Jump-started the apocalypse.
that's right.
Yeah.
He's at fault.
And then we're going to show off a few things here and there as well, and we'll show you the footage of the mall. Then we went on a mall tour.
Yeah, we geeked out some.
Just a tad.
Safe to say.
We went to Evans City Cemetery, which is where they shot Night of the Living Dead, which is having its 50th anniversary.
Yep.
That's right. Did you get footage of that?
I did.
All right.
Shot some footage there, in which we will show you lovely people. And we also went to Creepshow locations, which is my favorite Romero film, and where I was probably doing my most sweating as far as geekdom is concerned.
Your eyes were sweating.
Yes,
You squirted.
everything. Yeah, I was
Sweat out of many holes in your body.
Although that airport, really, the Dawn of the Dead airport had me pretty giddy. I was,
Yeah.
but
Because
we'll
none
show
of it
off.
has changed.
Well, that was the problem. Some of the things looked similar because there's not a real big industry here as far as things changing, but the mall changed a bunch.
Right.
The mall location has changed because it's a thriving shopping mall.
As malls have changed all over America.
Right.
Well,
A
and that's
lot in the
why,
last 40
for
years.
me, the mall tour wasn't as exciting because you're literally looking at a modern mall, and then there were parts where you could clearly see it was the location where they shot this scene in Dawn of the Dead. And then I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm smiling. This is nice. This is awesome. So, it's a 3-hour tour. I think you could have cut about 2 hours of this tour, and I would have been okay, but...
There was no Gilligan or Skipper.
No shipwreck, nothing.
No.
Disappointed.
So let's talk about, what the movie means to you guys, and why you decided to trek 8, 9, whatever, 10 hours. I don't know how long you guys.
A day.
These guys are in
7
Long
hours.
Island.
7
Okay.
hours from Long Island.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's by Pittsburgh.
Where me and Sean are from.
Yeah.
And 5 hours for me, so it was fine. And I've said it before. I don't know why throughout the years I've never made the pilgrimage because it's extremely easy.
5 hours, you said?
Yeah, it's 5 hours.
5 hours.
Like I've always have friends that's done it. It's always like, you do it, yes, Seaver? You going down? Well, let's do it. I'm like, yeah.
But some people never get the chance to come to Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Brian Singleton.
Sometimes it's just so out of the way. No, I'm serious. When I said I was serious, I was like, sometimes it's just
There's no
so...
walls around the town that you have to like.
No, I know, but-
escape from New York.
But if you don't make seriously, if you're dorks like us, if you don't make this the reason, you're probably never coming to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there's no other reason.
Yeah, or
Except
driving through
for
it.
all Romero locations,
Right.
the mall.
Some people just ain't movie watchers,
That's right.
We met a lot of
We met a
people that
few of
were
those.
not movie watchers.
Yeah,
That wondered why the hell there were so many extra people walking around the mall.
that was funny. We were in a large group of it was like 50 or 60 people in the mall tour, and the mall was open to everybody, all the shoppers, all the whole time the convention was happening. So it was a mixture of all the people shopping and then the people attending the convention, and they would stop us and say, "Why are you all here? What's going on?" And you'd have to get creative after a while and just say, "Oh, we're the mall fanatics of America." We're
True mall enthusiasts.
Yes, we are from out of America. We've come to see the American shopping mall.
We're from Mypos.
Yeah.
Never seen the Great American Shopping Mall.
Yeah.
Don't
So,
do it.
so to avoid the frustration of trying to explain what they should know, what Dawn of the Dead is, you just have to say something stupid.
Well, now that there's a bust,
Right.
Yes.
Friday there was a
Which I'll
ceremony.
plug right in here. Pictures and
Pictures?
Video.
George A. Romero right there, that explains what he did for Pittsburgh, for the movie industry.
Yeah, they revealed a bust for this weekend's tribute, anniversary, what have you. And there were already little things throughout the mall where you could see that, hey, this is where they shot Dawn of the Dead, things like that.
Yeah, there were little
Pictures.
tributes everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it's ironic because of the, what the zombies meant to, consumerism, and the whole idea of the zombies roaming the mall was a joke back in '78, but now they have shrines all over the mall and people are just mindlessly walking right past them.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's pretty funny, just like zombies walking right past the George Romero bust, and it's kind of
Jimmy Van
ironic.
Brunt bust.
Yeah. Well, that'll be next year.
Steel Man busts and whatnot. I mean,
And we saw Steel Man.
yeah. You guys know.
Who is Steelman?
I mean, he is legendary. I mean, if you don't know, it's stupid to even tell people who Steel Man is because
He's a Pittsburgh icon.
His life was based on real life events. That's all you really need to know.
And he was the only person that had nothing to do with Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
But there he was.
Yeah.
What a trooper,
Yeah.
Steel Man. I mean, he probably made the weekend. You know what I mean?
I smiled
More so
every
than
time.
anybody else.
I smiled every time I saw him.
I definitely
cleaned
smiled
up.
every time, so.
Every time he walked by, I was like,
Yeah.
smelled the steel.
Steel sweat.
Didn't he have like a canine sidekick too for some reason?
Yeah.
A lot of dogs
Steel mud?
in the mall.
Steel mud. Yeah.
Steel mud.
But if you're talking about why this movie is important to a lot of people, it's important to me because I think that this, and I was young when I saw it. I was probably, 11, 12 years old when I first saw it. Seeing Night of the Living Dead first, and then, knowing, that he made another one. And I saw it on videotape. But I knew then it was not a movie for kids, but I knew it was probably
Because Night was.
well, I mean, he probably intended Dawn of the Dead to be, more of a mainstream action adventure a lighter movie, which is obvious, it still scares the shit out of me. Just the dreadful tone. I mean, it's playful in some spots, but it's still just as bleak as anything else for me. But what it felt like I was watching like the greatest adventure movie that was made for adults. You know, like there was, and I call it an adventure movie because I mean it's an adventure movie with fucking gore. You know, like splatter beyond your wildest dreams. But it really is like when I fantasize things. As an adult, I fantasize about surviving the zombie attacks, and where they do exactly what you would do is you go to a shopping mall where there's endless supplies of stuff. You can fortify.
Stock up.
Yeah, it's just like
and live there.
And yeah, you just clean the place up, lock the doors, and wait it all out. That was the first movie that really kind of took that to that level, that survival level, that survival action horror level.
Yeah.
But what was it to like that really like made it one of your top favorite movies? Like, is it besides that aspect? Was there anything that like?
Yeah, I hate them.
I'll be honest.
I just wanted to go to the friggin' mall and shop.
You watch it, I assume, like we do, like every year.
I watch it multiple times a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's so many elements. I like the directions, the style of directing, which is this kind of. It seems like this very pedestrian kind of static way of doing this, but George Romero's editing is incredible. The music is
well,
is
every
fantastic.
frame is like a beautiful just shot.
It is like still art almost. That's kind of stitched together.
You could just take any frame and just be like, that's a picture on the wall. And that looks nice.
I just feel the same thing with Night. It's just kind of it's frillless. It's kind of just very workman kind of style of filmmaking. That's perfect for this kind of blue collar kind of world that he builds, and it's like blue collar horror, and it's no frills, it's just it's almost documentary style, and it all felt real to me, and the actors are all great. It felt like a real world, like I was in a real world, just like Night and Day too. You're just in a real scenario with real people. They're talking like real people would. They're getting angry, cranky. It wasn't.
Well, the
Hollywood
characters
bullshit.
are very real. Like we were talking about this weekend, like how Flyboy.
You would lob yourself at a zombie, like in real life. You would hit with with your armpit.
Though.
Yeah, you would fall.
Go for the armpit with the
you would just swing your whole body.
But Flyboy is the most perfect example of like the characters in this movie, because it's like he's a screw up from beginning to end. Like he's just not confident. He's a terrible shot.
He's not cut out for this stuff.
He's not, and he tries to be.
Probably 80% of the human race there.
He tries to take charge, but he's just. He
never warms up to it. He never gets like a handle on things.
No, even at the bikers at the end, he just starts shooting, even though it's the worst thing you could possibly do. And he pays for that.
But like Roger and Peter, those guys are just on it immediately, and they know to shoot first, and then shoot him in the head,
and they're having a ball.
Yeah.
Oh, they're having a ball. Yeah.
They're hooting and hollering, and
sliding down escalators. I mean, they're.
Well, that's the thing too. It's fun too. It's a fun movie.
It's an adventure.
Like it has those sprinkles of drama and dread and meaning and everything.
Pie fights. I mean, it is
pie fights.
Seltzer in the face.
Swinging like Tarzan, the bikers.
Yeah, man. It's
sledging people and.
It's what you would imagine would actually really happen. the way it would happen.
Yeah, totally.
And it will next year.
When it happens. This is what's going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I was like 7 years old, 7 or 8, and I remember going to my grandmother's friend's house. I think it was after church or something, and they had me that afternoon or something. And I just remember finding, they just plopped me down in this person's den, and I was going through the videotapes, and I saw Dawn of the Dead. I had already seen Night of the Living Dead. It was one of the first VHS tapes I ever owned because it was everywhere, and my mom was like, I think he's starting to like these horror movies, and
These
And-
spook 'em ups.
Yeah, you know.
This looks scary. Why
It
didn't
was
you
like
watch?
Halloween had been on Channel 11 and for the first time.
You mean
1981.
WPIX?
Yes, WPIX.
New York.
So she saw I was starting getting into this and special effects and just horror movies. So, and I knew from knowing who Tom Savini was and all that, I knew Dawn of the Dead was, you know, a
Read the
popular
book.
movie. So I popped it in, and I was just like, it's the first zombie movie in color, you know, that I'm seeing, and it's like,
And it's very colorful.
yes. So this is probably
It's got some. It's like Hammer style colors in
Yeah.
there, man.
Yeah, the
like
blood.
especially
some
the blood.
like light red,
It just was like
orangey.
straight up paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like Hammer. You know?
Yes, totally.
I love that. I love it.
Totally. So already, like, I mean, I was in awe and wonder of this movie, and
Did you feel like you shouldn't be watching it?
well, especially when, cause my grandmother's friends, who were all, you know, at the time, I guess 50, 60 something years old, and the pastor from the church was there. And he came in the den and sat on the couch and was watching the movie with me.
Whoa.
And I remember it was the scene when they're getting the trucks and the zombie woman gets shot in the face and the blood goes
Yeah,
on
face comes
Roger.
out, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and I remember that was the moment I was just like, maybe I should turn this off because this.
Did you look at
adult-
him like?
Yeah, I was, and he was just, you know,
Ah, yes.
yes. I saw this when it
Future
came
on
out.
screen.
Yeah.
Right, right.
But it seemed like it didn't bother him, and that an
No, he just
8-year-old was
held your
watching.
head and kept pointing it towards the video. Like, don't do it.
So don't you dare shut this off.
Please.
So you've seen
This will be one of your favorite movies of all time.
So when they raided
No,
the
this is
apartment
like
complex in the
creepy,
middle,
man.
and fucking he shoots the.
no, well, he came and
Exploding
sat
man.
down and watched it when it was up to that truck sequence.
Yeah, but like that didn't. You weren't like, whoa.
Oh, that shocked the hell out of me. The whole apartment
Because when that
Yeah.
first shot in the head happens, you're
The
just like,
explosion.
whoa, this is like nothing you've ever seen.
I probably thought at that time, I probably shouldn't watch this in case they're walking in and seeing us.
Yeah, it's
watch
like
this.
kind of like getting
that was-
caught watching porno.
Yeah,
Sort of,
exactly.
You know.
But
And then the priest
my
getting porno.
child, like mine, was thinking more in like, man, the fantasy of not so much of if this actually happened, but to live in a shopping mall at the time and be like, oh my god, I would love to like live in an apartment up in the attic of a mall and
Yeah.
have it just be my home, and I can go to KB and the bookstores and the record stores and just like, you know, like live there and
It's a
you know,
fantasy.
have fun
Yeah,
with
that
all
was
this.
definitely a fantasy for sure.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And it's like, so,
And this is when malls were fairly new.
Right.
This is still early '80s. I mean,
Yeah.
you were like.
and it's all those reasons you said before. It was like fun, and it was the first time I saw like drama in, you know, when Roger dies and everything, and I actually felt like, oh, sad, I like this guy. He was having fun with,
yeah.
you know, Peter before, and they were buddies.
They were a team.
You know, like, and I liked those four main characters and their bond and everything, and they were a family. But like, I just love that movie, and I could watch it every week. And
Yeah.
my friends, anytime I met I had a friend or got a new friend that hadn't seen it, I was like, come over, watch this movie. You've probably never seen it, you know, and like, and I was doing the same thing with Friday 13th movies and Halloween and whatever else I liked. House. You know, Night of the Creeps especially. This guy knows our love for Night of the Creeps.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know about it. But Dawn of the Dead, it's still my favorite horror movie of all time.
Oh, it is.
And it used to be Dawn of the Dead, Halloween, but now it's like those two are kind of like even, and that's in my top 3 movies of all time.
Yeah, it's certainly in my top 5.
Yeah. My favorite movie, what is it, Chris Sieber? What's my favorite movie of all time?
Ishtar.
That's right. I think a hint.
Mac and Me.
That's right. Give me a hint. Return of the Jedi.
Well, that you guys have that in common, don't you?
Yes.
Mac and Me.
That's my favorite.
Mac and Me is your favorite.
You'll see lots of Mac and Me locations. That's right, Mac and Me locations all over.
Yeah.
You'll see some of
Pittsburgh
this.
was huge mecca for Mac and Me
Oh
fans.
my God.
I mean,
We never got to see the animatronic, you know.
I know Mac.
But we'll save the discussion for Return of the Jedi probably for another time. Not in Gory days.
Yeah.
But whatever.
That's
Love
great. So awesome. Well, for me, Dawn is on a list. It's not in my top 5.
It's on your favorite comedy list.
Yeah.
Next to Airplane.
I saw it probably around the Sean age. You know, I was like, it was 87, 88, 89, around there, 10, 11, 12-ish.
Mhm.
And
I saw it earlier than you, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, I had been watching horror movies. I've been renting horror movies, but I think it was finally like it was a sleepover, and it was like, I'm finally going to see what the big deal is about. Because I had heard like older kids
Sometimes hype does not work, too.
always talking about Dawn of the Dead and how insane it was, you know, how
my
intense and all that stuff. And again, I had been watching horror movies, but it was intriguing, you know, because I saw Night of the Living Dead, and at that time, as a child, I wasn't afraid of Night of the Living Dead at all. In fact, I always thought, as a kid, I was like, this is a tame movie. I was always like,
Night.
why is this so scary to
Well,
people? You know what I mean?
Why is it notorious?
Night was the first time I felt scared.
Oh, see,
Not during the movie, like not while people are getting killed and all that
But
stuff.
going outside at night suddenly was a
No.
lot scarier.
When the main character gets shot and killed at the end,
Yeah.
I felt like I've never seen a hero.
All bets are off.
Yeah, I've never seen a hero get killed at the end of a movie, and I'm a child. You know, before that I was seeing like happy child, family-friendly movies.
That's when
of
you
course.
stop. That's when you stop trusting movies.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
I definitely
Movies can be like this too.
Yeah.
I feel terrible.
It's radical.
Yeah, I felt like, I guess I did feel like uneasy for sure
Yeah.
during some of it, but for the most part, like for me, see, like because
You already been exposed to different more before.
Yeah, what
that.
did you need to
different
be?
things.
What
yeah.
did you need to scare you back then? Like, what
Well,
was
honestly, it was like Freddy, you know?
Yeah.
But I loved Freddy.
it? Right.
I kept watching Freddy movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was that
You were conquering your fear.
I liked the monsters, like the weird,
Yeah.
like just that's not possible.
Right.
That thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, some
Like,
supernatural shit.
That appealed to me far more. And then of course I love science fiction. I love fantasy. I love cartoons. Like all that stuff, all that like back
You
then
nerd.
80s nerdy stuff. I loved all that stuff. So to me, Night of the Living Dead was like, oh, this boring black and white thing, you know, like.
Right.
I don't
That's
get
another
why
thing.
people love this,
Yeah,
you know.
that's
but
another thing too. Black and white. So for kids to watch a black and white movie on TV is like what?
yeah, but I liked Creature from the Black Lagoon. I liked Frankenstein, things
the
like
classics
that.
were on. Yeah.
But for me, who was this like, you know, go 80s kid, everything is like moving at the fucking, you know, faster than sound or whatever.
Right.
And then you get this slow like talky talk,
creepy.
nothing's going
atmosphere.
on in the movie.
Right.
You know, really, I'm just like, okay. So for Dawn of the Dead, I was like, this has to be better than Night of the Living Dead, you know, like.
Mhm.
And then I watched Dawn of the Dead, and I gotta admit, you know, those first couple of years rewatching Dawn of the Dead, I was just kind of like, you know, it's half boring and half entertaining. You know, I
It takes
found
its
it.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't start appreciating those first two movies until I was like into my mid-late teens. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. Like Night and
I
Dawn.
knew you to say your mid-late 30s, but you know, I'm just
What?
kidding. I'm just kidding.
So
It's funny that you said that because it's like, I remember always, during Day of the Dead, another beautiful Romero film, I remember always like fast forwarding, which I it's weird. I never really used to fast forward during movies. I used to like just deal with boring parts. But the scene where Sarah goes and hangs out with what's his name, and they just have that talk.
I like that as an adult, like as
an adult. Yeah, but like that scene, I used to be like, oh, this part's boring when they talk about like, you know, why the zombies are here, and maybe, that whole conversation. What the hell was his name?
Day of the Dead
John Amplis,
is
right?
my favorite. No. When he goes and
Where she just wants to get drunk.
It's crazy. Sarah.
Oh, yeah. When he
Make some babies.
Right, yeah.
Like,
Oh, when they're in the trailer.
Yeah. Film strips to all your favorite movies.
I love that. The
That
soundtrack
is
is
great.
great in that
Stuff is
scene.
great.
yeah, well,
And when you hear the
now,
moans in the distance, it's,
It's freaky.
Tombstone.
Day of the
yeah,
Dead
yeah.
is my favorite Romero zombie movie. Day of the
Love
Dead
it.
is just, I think that's the masterpiece. And it took me a little while after Dawn to see it, and it wasn't until I got Scream Greats,
Oh yeah, that
on
was
VHS.
a great fucking rental back.
That
then.
What's
I
the
was-
Screen Greats?
That I was like, well, it's the Tom Savini Fangoria VHS.
Anybody watching this show knows what's Screen
How many
Greats.
times did you go to the store and rent that fucking? I rented that a dozen times.
I did, but then I started to dupe.
Oh.
You gotta do
Because we
that.
had 2 VCRs in
fucking
the
pirate,
house.
you bastard.
Yeah, and I was duping everything.
Then I found it for sale at like.
And again, it was
Sam
still the
Goody or something.
80s.
Yeah.
But because I was a little put off by Dawn, as far as like how like, to me, how like half the movie was boring, I was just like, wow, is Day gonna be like that?
No.
And I had seen like, 89 was the first time I started to actually go and buy Fangorias. So I had certainly fucking seen that stuff,
It's funny, 89 is when I started buying.
But it was Scream Greats that I
Fangoria.
saw like actual clips and behind the scenes of Day of the Dead, and then I was like, I need to see this movie, And then I saw Day of the Dead, and I was like, this is my Romero zombie movie,
Yeah.
And I'm not shitting on Dawn at all.
Masterpiece.
Believe me, I got 16, 17, 18, as I got like into those ages, I started to really appreciate Night and Dawn, and saw something different. Completely saw it in a different light, because you were a kid.
All
You were
three of
10,
those-
12 when you first see
Yeah.
that shit.
All three of those movies are masterpieces and very different from each other.
Yeah,
You know, for different reasons.
for
why
sure.
they're
They
masterpieces.
each one of them has a very specific tone that doesn't leave you.
Right.
And you think of the movie and the tone, it hits you immediately. It's like the bleakness, or the fun tone, or like the absolute like narcissistic. I mean, not narcissistic, but like the dread of the Day of the Dead, like the fucking like
Yeah.
just the absolute.
All of Romero's movies, he does tone differently.
Yeah.
He makes every one, especially all the Dead movies, like each one is different.
Yeah.
Even the ones that are not so great, they're still different than the others.
They have a very
and
specific.
have a different message or
Yeah,
whatever.
they have
for
their
sure.
own
like,
language. Yeah,
yeah.
it's just
It's-
very. You put it in, and like just the soundtrack just sets that.
and
tone
think about all the
immediately.
knockoffs and everything that Dawn produced,
Oh yeah.
and they're all like, there is no message. They're just gory or just
Yeah,
like,
but
And
they're
that's fine.
just like
they're
I mean,
fun.
and they're
that's
they're fun
fine,
for those
as
reasons.
a
Yeah.
Yeah.
fan of all that fun horror, which is mostly the horror that I like.
Yeah.
They're really sweet when they try to really emulate what he was trying to do, and
Of
they
course.
just they
Yeah.
probably succeed in the gore department, but like fail at every other
Yeah.
trying to duplicate his
Yeah.
stuff.
So what some of the Dawn locations do we see?
I mean, we'll show the video. We'll go to a little video montage of some of these locations that we saw at the mall.
I think what you said was right, because like you're in the main shopping area of the mall that everybody knows, but this tour took us behind, the like in the operating room, like the, where the control room was, and then it took
Well,
us.
even when the tour started, like by those windows and like where they park the trucks to block. The
Oh well, that
entrance,
is
right.
like that hasn't
The
changed.
entrance.
Yeah,
that has not.
I mean, we
changed.
pulled up and it's the Dawn of the Dead mall.
Yeah, because
And you see
they
it,
can't
it's
change
like,
brick or
holy crap.
Yeah.
marble in the entire place. The foundations of it. So,
Right.
but things like the clock tower and
Yeah, the fountains are gone.
all fountains and palm trees and they're all that's gone. And
And
obviously all the stores
in the movie.
changed.
to me, the mall looks giant. You know, this mall seems like it goes on forever for me.
Yeah.
And then when you get in there, I mean, it's a fairly small mall. You know?
Right.
It's funny because they wind up shooting it in like probably like 1/3 of the mall too. But in the movie, it's like this like fucking mega complex.
I find it very vast. And
Yeah.
Like anytime you see zombies on the outside walking around the parking lots up to the mall, and it's in the same section
Yeah.
of like that area, and the, you know, probably because it's during the day, the mall has to be in use, so they just block off that part of the parking lot
Right.
where the A&P is in the background, and the road up to the truck area, but where the motorcycles come down.
And he shot like
Just the same area.
They shot a lot of that stuff with like wide lenses and like master
Oh,
shots
yeah.
and stuff. So it adds to the scope of that movie and the location too. But yeah, when you get in there, you're just like, oh, they only shot in this corner here. Like 90% of the action scenes took place in front of this one store.
Yeah.
The maintenance area, the like plumbing where Flyboy's
Right.
trying to shoot the one security guard zombie, like that's really tiny. They just used like a couple of pipes here and there, but they make it seem like he's lost in a maze.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
it's just one little
Movie magic, man.
One little 10
Movie
foot
magic.
area square that they
Yeah.
just kept changing the angles in.
the place with the keys to the kingdom and the turning on the music and everything. That hasn't changed much.
Yeah.
But it's,
So-
and it's so small.
As an adult, I became, far more appreciative of those first two Romero zombie films. And I do consider them great films, classics, and they are on a list. They're just not on my top 5 list of horror films of all time. But they're there.
Not like Night of the Creeps.
And I love them enough
Well, what list are you talking
to actually want to travel to Pittsburgh for
Right.
the 40th anniversary of Dawn of the Dead and experience it.
yes.
So-
And I think it's, like you have this desire to go see these locations because the way that they're photographed and, in the specific story that you're watching, it's iconic. I mean, it's absolutely iconic. And you watch these movies, like if you're like us, you watch them
Ugh.
dozens and dozens of times over the years, and you create your own version of the environment before you go. And then when you get there, it changes it a little bit, and then you go watch it again, and it changes it again because you're blending the
Yeah.
real location with the one that you created,
Totally.
and then you feel more like you're even more there than ever before.
Yeah.
And being 40 or 40-something years old, like we are,
We're all 40-somethings.
we're all 40-somethings.
That,
bringing out the child in us when we see a
Oh, it
location that
certainly-
hasn't changed.
Yeah,
You
that's,
know,
that's
our
what's
8, 12-year-old,
fun. A big part of the whole location thing is for me, like being able to
Yeah.
go and be there where
the
history was made. You know what I mean?
Like the helicopter zombie's head gets. We were there, and then
yeah.
We were like, oh,
you're
this.
stepping
We were like, he stood here, and the crates
the
were here.
footprints of giants. you're like,
stepping into the past.
yeah. I mean, it's something that you've loved more than half of your life, and you get to go see where it was created.
So what felt?
That's very exciting.
What was the most like you were there?
Heartwarming.
For me,
Location. Yeah.
it was the airport.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
For me, it was the airport. That I found myself to be the most giddy, other than the Creepshow stuff. I'm talking about Dawn,
Dawn of the Dead.
Right.
because Creepshow stuff, I was like,
Yeah.
woo!
Gotta geek out today a little
But-
bit.
We'll get there, right?
Yeah.
We're going to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about Creepshow briefly at least.
Right.
yeah, I have to say the airport, because literally it was the airport.
Yeah. Didn't change
Very
much.
little was changed about that place. So it was like you were stepping back into that scene.
Yeah. Well, we even went there. And we popped the movie on YouTube, and we were like lining up the show. We were like, oh shit, that happened right over here. And
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
were like,
yeah. And it
holding
all
the
looks
camera.
like it. It's all,
Where the gas pumps were, the gas pumps aren't there anymore. We had a local tell us that they were just taken out like 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. Right,
But the
right.
light that's there, it's in the shot in the movie, and it's still there. It's rusty.
yeah, the
and
helicopter
everything.
pad is there. I mean, it's there.
It's there.
The little shack, the place is there.
And it was open. You
Yeah.
could walk into the gate.
I
It was
mean,
open. You'd walk right in.
and you saw the field, and you saw where
The hangers.
Flyboy flings himself in.
Flyboy hit the zombie in the armpit.
In the armpit.
Yeah, I mean, it was there.
And Fran just watches.
You know, I was like,
She's
just
memorized-
sit here and
memorized.
watch it. So
Should
I
I
had
help him?
moments of just like, you know, like just looking at all of this stuff and sort of having that moment with myself, like, this is insane, you know?
You know,
And we didn't want to leave. We were there
Yeah.
for over an hour, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
It was special because you don't really get to go. Well, a lot of movie sets and iconic things are just built and destroyed.
Yeah.
But these were so accessible. You walked in the footsteps of everybody over and over again too.
Yeah.
These things are still there. You can go anytime, and especially with the Creepshow thing. I mean, they just were like,
Oh my God.
"Yeah, please come and check it out." Everybody was so nice, and everything was just open, and there
Yeah,
was.
we got to mention the Creepshow thing.
Well, in Evan City, the cemetery,
Oh,
you know,
let's-
you
yeah.
see those iconic things right in front of you. You know, it was, yeah, that was.
Yeah, the tombstone where Barbara and Johnny go, kneel down. It's like I made a joke while we were there, thinking like people probably visit this tombstone more, like
the
on a
family.
yearly than the actual family that
Yeah,
tombstone
yeah.
belongs to.
I mean, it's just
the family.
it's crazy because once you get up there, you're just like, you identify those things right away. It's like, oh shit, there it is. You know, it's right there.
Tombstones don't change over the
There's
years.
the chapel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
One
That
of the
changed,
scariest-
but it's still in the
What-
same spot.
The first one of the first terrifying moments in a movie for me was watching Night of the Living Dead at, I don't know, probably 7, 8 years old, and
Yep.
seeing Bill Heinzman, the cemetery zombie, way back here, and Johnny goes,
The
look,
first flesh-eating
Yeah.
zombie
and
ever.
and very nonchalantly, the way they shot it, it's just like, look, there comes one of them now, and it shows that distant shot of him. I was absolutely terrifying, and to go there and to just stand in that spot, and you could go there and play Night of the Living Dead with your friends,
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
and nobody's gonna stop you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
just
smash your head on a tombstone.
Yeah, there were
The
people.
tombstone. Yeah.
There were people
The
posing. I mean,
I mean, we did it.
it's kind of fucked up. That's right, we did. You just lay down, you knock your head on the
Here's
tombstone.
some pictures.
You hide behind. You hide behind. The other stone, like Barbara did, and it's like,
Ugh.
just do. You just can do that, and it's so accessible,
Yeah.
and it's not hard to find these spots. There's millions of articles online on how to find them and
Yeah.
go to them.
Too bad you can't go to the house from Night of the Living Dead or
Yeah, some things just aren't there anymore.
Right.
but that's fine. There's still
There's still
places you
There's
can go.
iconic scenes, iconic images that are like
Yeah.
burned into your brain, and you were seeing them live action in front of you.
Yeah, it's like-
in real life,
Yeah.
tangible.
It's like you
Yeah.
can go to LA and see, you can go to California and see these iconic spots,
Oh, I want
but
to do that.
where else in the
Marty
States?
McFly's house, folks.
Yeah, you can go to those places, within like a day you can cover a lot of ground in
Pasadena alone.
Yeah, in South Pasadena there's a lot of, but other than that, like if these are a select few movies, but still other than there, where can you go to kind of see these things that are still here from these iconic things?
Right.
It's like here. Where else
I don't
is a
know.
place like this, like a mecca like this for these
Folks,
these kind
if
of
you-
I mean, Romero made Pittsburgh like a movie
Right.
mecca.
That's
like
what it is.
It's like people yearly
This was the back lot, and there's
Yeah.
the stuff is still here.
come to this place.
It is, yeah. Folks, just if you're a fan of these movies, or any of Romero's movies, really, because so many of them were shot right here, and if you're in the surrounding states of Pennsylvania, or not, just come and visit. Like, 'cause
It's
you
kind
can
of
just,
hard to get to.
it's kind of hard. There's a giant wall you'll have to jump. Bring a ladder.
You gotta get through the wall of zombies.
Yeah.
It's
That's
run
why
by
people
the
don't come
Duke.
here.
It's run by the Duke of New York.
Yeah.
It's run by Steelman.
Yeah.
You have to pay a fee. But Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Creepshow, The Crazies, Martin,
Mac and me.
Mac and Me.
What about Dark Half? Was Dark Half here?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No. No.
No.
What's iconic?
I think they did. I think that was.
Night
It was
Riders.
in Maine.
Oh, yeah.
Night Riders was
For-
also
yeah,
shot
I
here.
think they wanted that Stephen King feel.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I think
yeah,
they
New
shot
England
it.
style,
New
yeah.
England, yeah.
Yeah, Night Riders would have been here, but that's kind of just like a lot of fields and roads and stuff.
Norman's awesome
Yeah.
experience. You know what I'm saying?
Voyage of the Rock Aliens.
I mean, this place is crazy.
Jimmy Van Brunt buys a carrot, right? That's the
Anal
one.
Paprika 4.
39, whatever you're up to.
So yeah. Oh, and speaking of Creepshow, I mean, good God, Creepshow is my favorite Romero film of all time.
That's scary.
Love it.
Still very scary.
It is one of my wife's favorite films as well.
One of my favorite films of all time.
And we went to a bunch of locations for that too.
My favorite anthology film, that's for sure.
Where did we go first, Creepshow? Oh, the
house.
The wraparound house. The first thing you
Tom
see.
Atkins' house.
Yes, and Savini and his good buddy friend there as dumpster divers.
Marty Schriff? Or
Yeah.
is it Joe Pilato?
There it is. Whoa, that's crazy. There's the house.
It's totally not.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's that one. I can almost hear Tom Atkins go. Yeah, I remember the front door was real plain looking like that.
That second window, I guess, is where the pumpkin was. Stand by.
Looks so different. We gotta get a picture, right? We're gonna get pictures?
There you go.
Oh, I'm going out there, bro. Oh, wait. Oh, so where?
the second
Wait a minute. So. Oh. This is the house. We are basically in Romero country. And we are out checking out the sights from Dawn of the Dead, Creepshow, and Night of the Living Dead, while enjoying the 40th anniversary of Dawn of the Dead at the Monroeville Mall, where they shot Dawn of the Dead.
No, this one's right in front of the second window.
And this is
From that
pretty
angle.
cool. I'm
Oh shit, I guess it is.
kind of geeking out.
From this angle over here? Yeah, you're right.
Right, Bobby?
Absolutely.
It's geek
correct.
out time, right?
Oh man, the geekiest time. One of the best Romero movies ever.
I mean, Sean's shitting his pants right now. He's just so excited. Oh, yep, he's digging it.
We didn't know it was...
Little Joe Hill, Stephen King's little kid, playing a little comic book loving, horror obsessed kid. Tom Atkins being,
People turn
real
into
hard
weeds for
ass.
Christ's sakes.
Yeah. That's why God made fathers, babe.
That's what God made fun.
God made fathers.
Yeah, again, a place where,
So we went to that house, and it was
Yeah.
right there. It was actually right next to the airport from
It's
Dawn of
one
the Dead.
block.
like steps away. Yeah.
One block over, less than 1 minute
Yeah.
from the airport
There's
hangar.
literally only a backyard and a street
From Dawn.
kind of separating the two locations.
Yeah, you
And
could probably
that-
jump the fence and go to that house.
That was the first location, because at that point we had already been in the mall,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, seeing certain things here and there, especially for me, I think the standout when you're just walking around the mall is the Savini jump, where Savini gets killed.
From that balcony.
Yeah, that was like okay,
Yeah.
I get that. But when we drove around after and went to the Creepshow house, that was the first time where it like hit me,
That was immersive.
and I started to get like tingles, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is the Creepshow house," like
Yes.
holy, and I was smiling and
Squirting.
Oh, you were smiling.
yeah, I was so
Smiling a lot.
excited. It was so cool, and yeah, so we did that, and then we went for Creepshow. We did.
Today. we did.
Today.
Carnegie Mellon,
Yes.
where
From the crate.
the university is in Creepshow from the best
Best segment. Yeah.
best segment in
Is it
Creepshow
your
is
favorite
the crate.
segment too?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Crate.
you know,
All right, 3 people.
No, I think they're all
Crate's
great.
your favorite.
I think they're all great. They vary in strength, but the crate
The
is
crate is the top.
undeniably you know.
So we went there.
Yeah.
We visited the hallway, the iconic hallway in Creepshow. That was great, you know. And definitely it's great to be able to pull out, you know, YouTube clips.
Do you pull out a lot?
And to lie every single fucking time. Yeah, what are you crazy? No, it's on the
Pulling out in public,
chest,
anywhere,
face,
just-
stomach. It's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what you? Come on now. But so to pull up those scenes and to be able to just stand there and be like, oh,
Yeah.
there it
got
is.
like the millimeter of the
Yeah, we're trying to
lens
figure out where
and
Fritz
little-
Weaver comes up the stairs through the door, and then like we were trying to like.
And there it was.
Oh, there
it was
it
right
was.
there, and we were like, shit, this is amazing. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes.
And then we went to the house party scene where Adrienne Barbeau gets fantasy shot in the head.
Right. The
Kind of
backyard
whole-
party scene.
Yes, the backyard party. That house still is that house. It is right there.
Yeah, that's pretty much exact.
5 minutes, folks, from the university to that house.
Yes, and then the front porch. It's right there.
Hal Holbrook,
You just
Fritz Weaver.
Walk a little bit to the side, and there's the tree where Billy gets shot, Adrienne Barbeau. And that was great too. And then, like, as we were walking up there, the owners were like, "You guys Romero fans?"
Yeah, the Romero fans, right?
They were
like,
pulling up.
Yeah,
in their car.
Can we be here? And she was like, absolutely. Come
Yeah.
on, you know.
Go, take pictures.
And these guys were already
Come on.
walking towards the backyard, and we were like, hey, come on, they're pulling up.
Yeah, more family was coming up, and we're like, oh.
Yeah, more
Yeah,
family was
yeah.
coming up, and
They said,
Brian
"No."
got scared, and Brian was like,
Hey,
"Chris, get off the grass."
Get off the grass.
And I'm like, "Why?" You know? And then
It's fucking public property, asshole.
And then these guys get out of their vans, and they're like, "Creepshow?" And we're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "This is great." And they start talking like,
They're shaking hands.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
come on over there on the grass.
"You can do whatever. And
Yeah.
like, you can go up on the porch."
And
Yeah, like-
it was funny because there was a kid there, part of the family that came out of the car, like who had no idea why we were at their house. So the kid, I mean, I guess he was the neighbor's kid.
Yeah, I
or
think
something?
so. They seemed
Yeah,
like
because
they
the
were
neighbor
coming to
was
temple
there
or something.
too.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, he didn't know why we were taking pictures of the house or anything. He was totally confused. And they're like, "Oh, this house was used in a movie." So it was kind of like
Oh, really?
fun to
Yeah?
see.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fun to see that kid like being like, really, and like you wonder if that kid's now gonna watch the movie.
Well, when he grows
See-
up, he's probably gonna be like, "Man, they shot the movie like right there."
Yeah.
They shot
Yeah.
it, you know, if he was the neighbor's kid, he's like,
Yeah.
it's like I'm
My
watching
next
the
door
movie
neighbor's
and I can look out the window and see that tree.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
If they watch movies, some people just don't watch
Yeah,
movies.
Apparently, a lot of people in Pittsburgh
People
don't watch movies.
Movie watchers.
Well, we met some very kind people who told us about the airport, but we were like, have you seen it? And they're like, no, we don't watch movies.
The history
we're not-
of the airport
we're not
hangar
movie
too.
people.
Yeah, we're not
Exactly.
movie people.
We're not movie people.
And we were like,
Who owns the airport hangar fields and everything? What
Yeah,
they
he
want
was
to sell it
he was
for?
a
Right.
fount of information.
yeah, oh yeah.
Wherever
kept
we
going.
went, the people's house, that we had our own tour guides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very helpful, and very kind.
So that was a blast. That was great. Great stuff.
Was that all the locations we went to?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that was it. You
I
know?
think that was it. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a lot for a couple days.
And some of our favorite movies of all time.
And we were able to get into every one of them, you know,
Yeah.
and not get hassled, which was great. Like the only things that we would have liked to have seen is like the roof of the
roof.
like the
roof.
the roof
Wanna
of
get up the roof.
of the mall, you know. But you know, that's
Day of the Dead Mines.
you still have your imagination. Maybe you don't want to
Yeah.
see everything in real life. Maybe you know, leave some stuff to the old, you know, the old imagination.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
See,
I like to see as many
it all.
any locations I
Must be
can
there.
get to of my favorite movies.
But one of the coolest things was in a pivotal scene in Dawn of the Dead when the Flyboy gets attacked in the elevator
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he gets
Oh.
you know he gets shot and you know the arm and then he gets bit or whatever you know and then they had the elevator doors
Those,
there.
yes.
They saved the old elevator doors from like I guess JCPenney or
When
something.
when JCPenney's when they tore it down and put a movie theater there and everything.
Yeah, because it was 2 floors.
Yeah,
Right.
they saved the elevator that happens in, and
there's
they
still
had it there.
there's dried blood splatter on the back of one of the
I've seen these pictures.
on the doors, and that was just like, oh my god, that's a direct
That was awesome.
link to one of the scenes in the movie.
Yeah, and they had that there. They had the doors there, so you could recreate.
Yeah, like a photo op.
Yeah,
right?
photo ops and stuff, which
Yeah.
was great.
It was really, really cool.
And then, of course, the Evil Dead 2 work shed,
Oh my god.
was there for some reason. This
That was kind of out of place. I mean, it was like, thanks for bringing this, but
it was true, real, authentic work shed from Evil Dead 2.
it looks like they just picked up planks of wood
Yeah.
and just
Slapped it
reconstructed.
together. Yeah.
the workshop. It was nice. That
Who
they-
knows?
Nice.
We will know the truth.
Yeah.
But it was cool seeing the director of photography. I watched a little bit of that.
Yes, that was
Him
very
talking
cool.
about shooting Dawn of the Dead.
Who also directed Creepshow. Deuce.
Yep. It was as a fan, it was just great to see. I didn't have any desire really to get any of the random zombies that are in the movie for 10 seconds.
Yeah, they
like
had
their
like
autographs and
40
everything.
actors from the film.
40 actors for the 40th anniversary.
Yeah, set up. There were like vendors, so you could get like memorabilia and whatnot, get autographs, pictures,
Right.
DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever, all that stuff. And I didn't end up getting anything from that. I mean, again, we are people who go to horror conventions and have been to horror conventions
Numerous
for
times.
many,
a year.
many, many years.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there honestly wasn't anything like super like, oh my god.
Audrey 2.
And as
Oh
much
yeah, there
as
was Audrey.
as much as we love Dawn of the Dead, we're not the completists like
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
people.
Oh, yeah.
And some of those main people, a lot of us have already seen, have already talked to,
Right.
may have already got an autograph anyway.
hung out at hotel bars with.
Yes, yeah. Took hot tubs,
Hot tub
with,
parties.
Yeah, Tom Savini.
I'd say Tom Savini
I would
and
like-
Ken Foray would probably over the years are the most social and
For sure.
Oh,
approachable
For sure.
Yeah,
guys from this
Greg Nicotero was there,
Yeah.
which was great.
Right.
that was cool.
Not a
'Cause
fan
he-
of Tragic anymore, but
He was
you
charging
used to be
for it.
free, Greg. Yeah, just like us. Right?
Walking Dead's not paying the bills. We see. What's with that?
And I think they're shooting Walking Dead, right? That's what he could only fly in for
Yeah,
one
you
day.
flew in.
Season 9. Yeah.
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
But they made it sound
He
like
was cool.
he took a break from his busy schedule to make it here. He probably is not working
this
for a
is
month.
great.
You know. Probably had off. But it was a cool event.
I would have liked all 4 of the main cast there. 3 of them were there. Flyboy couldn't make it,
Right.
but if he was, I probably would have gotten all their autographs.
have
I just
you
got
already done
Galen
it
Ross.
before?
I've met all of them before.
Yeah, I've
But
met
I-
all of
but
them.
I-
So David M. Comes to.
But I think I've only gotten Ken's autograph.
Oh, okay. Not even Savini?
Well, Savini, I don't even count Savini because he signed 100 things of mine.
Yeah.
But
You want
but as far as
for
the Dawn of the Dead poster I have,
Yeah.
I have George Romero's autograph on it, which is obviously the most important. But then it's just me.
counterfeit.
I duplicated it.
Did you buy that on eBay? 'Cause
Yeah. But the 4, and I got Galen Ross on there. So, but we'll see in the future, maybe.
Goals, man. You
Oh.
gotta keep.
But as far as sombrero wearing zombie and
yeah,
nurse zombie and
white
all
shirt
those
zombie, we can
I mean,
kind of live without.
I don't care.
So okay,
It's just too much.
Let's show off, I guess, some pickups from the actual mall event. What did you
Okay.
guys?
The vendors from
Yeah, from the vendors. What did
Well,
you guys?
there was a lot of great artists and vendors there. We got to mention that, a lot of local people too,
Yeah,
selling toys and goodies.
Steelman.
You want to go first?
Steelman.
Steelman. We didn't get anything.
Yeah,
from
like
Steelman.
what did you pick up?
Next year we will get everything from Steelman.
Right. Yeah.
And that'll be it.
Well, you can go to steelman.com, www.steelman.gov to pick up.
You always have to say
uh,
www now.
That's right.
Still
World Wide Web.
shows our age.
Well, this is what I got, and people really seem to like this thing. This is the Ashy
Bring it
Slashy
closer.
Dolls. Ashy Slashy Doll from Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Season 2.
Yeah, season 2.
And
I haven't seen season 3 yet. Does he show up in season 3?
No. I'm still shocked that they made this. This is hilarious. Like, it's amazing that they just did this.
Look at this.
And he's an actual, you
Look
know,
at this puppety oddball.
it's an actual,
Puppet.
It's a puppet. Oh my god.
and he's got posable arms, and he's
Oh, nice.
Chris's
I didn't
nose.
know
off.
you could pose it.
Yeah, check that out, and that's what I got. That's my big purchase.
Yeah, he's gonna have a good night tonight.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, for those lonely nights, you know, this is put a grapefruit in there. And
We try to keep the
You're
show
all right.
PG-13, right?
Sure.
Is that what you try to do?
Yeah, well, sure.
not this one.
Yeah. And this is the gory days, man.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
PG-13. What are you talking about?
It's gourmet scum
it's a cock warmer. I call
and a
it.
crepe from the 80s that are PG-13, right?
So what did you get at the actual
Was that the
event?
only thing you got at the event?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, we got some other stuff elsewhere, but I think
we're
at
gonna do
the
that later.
Oh, so
Yeah.
that was the only thing from the mall.
from
okay.
the con that we went to. Yeah, this was it.
Yeah, I didn't get anything. Oh wait, that's not true. Okay,
Well-
I did get.
Did you do it?
I got this, but
Oh yeah, you did.
Oh yeah. All right.
so I get.
Oh, that's beautiful artwork.
I did
yes.
get this. This is dope. This is the 80s monsters icons, you know?
And was this from like a local artist there, or was it
No, this is from
just a reprint of something?
the guy. I know the guy. He goes to Monster Mania every Monster Mania.
Oh, okay.
He's set up at
Yeah.
Monster Mania.
He's always in
This
the.
is his
Yeah.
art.
All right, cool.
Well, this is somebody who ripped it off and made copies of it.
Oh, okay.
But it was like $5.
$5.
Oh,
And the guy usually sells it for like 30. You know, this
Mhm.
11 by.
now you know where to go to get.
I
it.
actually bought it for like 25
Yes.
or 30
And then I
bucks.
got this
Oh,
awesome creature.
Sexy creature, man. Look at that stride. He's
Yeah.
Amazing artist. That's a Bowie, right? At the
Yeah,
end?
that is an authentic David Bowie. Creature is my favorite Universal monster. Saw it, thought it was cool, had to get it.
Awesome.
So that was, I guess I spent
We got
$10
stuff.
at that.
We stimulated the local economy
Well,
a bit.
I brought Creepshow thinking Christine Romero, was supposed to be there but
Right?
was
No,
ill or
she
something,
got, sick.
which I guess happens to people.
Greg Nicotero bumped her, basically.
Yeah.
But so who signed Creepshow?
It was the first.
Is that from before? Is that
Oh yeah,
signed?
this is George Romero, Galen Ross, Tom Mackins. That's why Father makes father. That's why God makes fathers.
That's awesome.
And John Amplis, who played
And Savini.
that, and of course Savini. Yeah, he's just
Savini
signed it.
strikes again.
Christine
Can't stop
Romero
the guy.
though was one of the top people that I really wanted to meet because it's
Oh,
like
It always
her
happens
first
that way.
appearance. I wanted her to sign that Creepshow,
Jeez.
Monkey Shines,
Nipple.
Night Riders, My Penis. Yes.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead, I had Galen Ross sign, and Greg Nicotero for my wife. Walking Dead poster. I got this, which I've had my eye on for a very long time.
How much was that?
This was 30, and the guy I believe lied to me because I remember this being 25 the day
It
before.
wasn't. It was 35.
Oh, really?
It was?
It was 35.
Oh, it went down?
Oh, I thought it was 25.
Now it's 35.
Well, anyway. Final chapter, my favorite Friday 13th movie. I'm wearing the shirt. Okay. I've had my eye on this forever,
Cool.
so I'm happy I got that.
NECA?
Yep. I got a Madball Jason,
Those are
Jason
great.
Madball.
which I forgot how much that was.
You got a few of those other ones too, right? Those Mad Balls?
I got the.
I have Jason and Freddy.
From Best Buy?
Yep.
I think I just
You got the
my
Xenomorph
wife and I
or
we
something.
have the alien one.
Yeah, right.
But that's it.
That is
Madball.
awesome.
Madball.
Fucking Madball.
Um,
And that was it, right?
I guess that
At
was
the,
it.
at the event? Yeah.
Mhm.
I did want to buy a couple of T-shirts and stuff, and a couple of those where you got the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
No.
couple of those pieces of art were
Yeah, but you didn't.
beautiful, but I
You
didn't.
didn't, Bobby.
Chickened out, man.
And I wanted to take Richard France just home with me.
Oh, then there was a guy. There was a.
Richard Franz was at the fucking. I put the chair.
Was he there again?
I came in with the
You
chair.
took the chair from underneath him,
No, I get-
so
I
he
get
could
the-
sit here.
I get in the elevator and him and his wife are in the elevator, and I'm like, I couldn't fit, so I was like, all right, the next one.
You folks might know Richard France if you had an eye patch on and you know Dawn of the Dead. He's the dummies, unemotional.
He's the logical scientist.
He's the logical scientist. Yes, exactly. Also from the Crazies.
Yeah.
So that's it, right?
I think that was.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's the weekend in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Basically, loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
friend,
Had a great time.
Brian Singleton, who I have known since 2001. And kept in contact with throughout the years, and he came to this event as well, so it was nice seeing good old Brian.
He was one of the guys that like got everybody's autograph.
Yes, there are people.
He's a
All 40.
completist, right?
Oh
He's-
my goodness!
yeah.
Yeah, he went a little cuckoo.
He's
He's a
fucking
poster
hardcore.
collector and an autograph.
Autograph?
Autograph.
Elegant
That's how I say it.
Elliot
Autograph hound.
Autograph.
And he will travel the multiverse to get people's autographs and
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dedicated, man.
yeah.
And he also runs Bay of Blood. If we want to promote
Yeah,
that.
the Florida. It's a new Florida horror convention.
That may happen again one
yeah,
day.
He and his wife. But so that was fun. We met some people from England, which was cool.
Oh, that was cool. At the,
Yeah, the the George Romero Foundation or something like that.
There was that. I mean, there were people from all over the world who came to this thing. Which was pretty rad.
And there was an excellent Flyboy cosplayer from England.
Yeah.
Who was amazing looking.
and actually looked like him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like David Emge.
Yeah, it was wild. It was really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was pretty.
I don't know if you got any video or pictures of him or anything.
I'm not sure, but if I did, I would put them right here in the.
I think I might have sent you one.
But yeah, that was great, right?
I loved it. It was. I actually want to bring my wife next year. If you could do everything in one day, you don't need the entire weekend.
Yeah.
But I had a great time, and
And it was great to just come and hang out with these knuckleheads.
Yeah.
always
It's always a good
pleasure.
time when we get to rub our musks on each other.
Spread our seed
Yeah.
yes.
all over the hotel room.
Spray some mist.
Spray some sperm powder all over the place.
Nut dust. Yeah.
Oh, we should talk about the people who put on the convention. Kevin Kreis. And,
Kevin Kreis.
I don't know who else.
Lawrence DeVince
Yeah.
did the tour. Like he's
Kevin
fantastic.
Kreis, John
He's
Kreese.
like me. He obsesses over every little detail of a movie that he loves.
Yeah,
and-
he was a great tour guide.
yeah,
My friend
fantastic.
Alexander Hamilton, who was a moderator, he did an excellent job
Yeah.
doing the Q&A stuff. Kevin Kreis also runs the Living Dead Museum in Evans City, which was closed for this event, but is usually a must-stop
Yes.
on your location tour. You have to stop
The
there.
little museum thing. I think it's only $5 to walk through it, and you see
It's well worth it.
cool shit.
Yeah, they got a lot of cool merch there too, and
Oh,
original
yeah.
props and stuff from the series. Yeah, check that out.
Yeah, I think Steelman is there.
Steelman is always right here.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
Always right here.
yeah.
Here.
So
Steelman here, Steelman here,
Steelman never leaves us.
Steelman never here.
True. True.
Um,
I'm gonna dream of him tonight.
I mean, I loved spending the whole weekend there, but I mean, I loved spending time with you guys, driving around all over the place, checking out other
Yeah,
locations.
I mean that was the best
Yeah.
for me. Like just our adventures.
Yeah.
You
If
know?
you want to truly hang out with the cast of Dawn of the Dead, spend the whole weekend. Definitely, but we want to do other things while
Yeah.
hanging
Yeah.
out and doing
Yeah.
stuff. And,
But you're definitely with like-minded people,
oh, yeah.
brothers, sisters, people who aren't going to judge you, and you're just gonna vibe with.
Geek out.
Yeah,
but-
just it's a beautiful, geeky thing, and you can just kind of stay in this wonderful little bubble of this movie series and
And
be in the
it's-
world, you know.
Yeah, and it was great seeing other generations there with their family.
Oh yeah.
And
You
their
know,
kids just texting like
12
watching YouTube like, can we go home?
No, but there probably was a few like kids there.
No, the
that
kids
were-
seemed
I
into
did.
it. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah,
The kids
no.
actually seemed into it, which
Yeah.
was cool.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was great. It's
So
awesome.
there. So that's it, folks. That is our report for the Gory Days from the set of Dawn of the Dead.
Right here.
It still stands.
40th anniversary Living Dead weekend 2018. Thanks for watching, folks. I'm Chris Seaver. These are my knuckle knobs, and
We'll do another one at the 50th anniversary of Dawn of the Dead.
we're gonna go taste the golden spray. So thank you.